I got one for each of you. How's your hip? We haven't seen you in a week or two playing. So how's the hip feeling? And Sue, how's this game going to go tomorrow? You've played in 12 of these. Is this going to be a typical all-star game, or is it hey, let's get ready for the Olympics and more serious than normal?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm trending in the right direction.
I think this is more similar to the times we've played the All-Stars with the USA team versus when it's like a full-on All-Star team where both sides are just WNBA All-Stars. So it'll be more similar to that. We're still, we just had a practice. We're training. We're getting ready. So tomorrow we'll try to do some of the stuff that we learned today and also have fun, put on a good show.
All right. Next, Michelle Vopel. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, if both of you maybe have some thoughts on this. So much of this is extremely familiar to you two and some of the other vets, but you have the first timers, and I wondered if you could give some thoughts on that, just like how you'll help them, and then is it sort of refreshing to see this through their eyes a little bit?
You mean like in general, or as it pertains to the All-Star game?
Just in general with the national team.
Every Olympic experience, there's first timers. And what's interesting, I think, about this one is this is an unprecedented Olympics. Usually we could sit here and talk about helping them out. Hey, listen, we're going to processing. This is what processing is like. And hey, listen, when we travel and we get there, this is what this is like. And you got credentialed and you'll do this and you'll do that. We don't even know what to expect.
We don't even know what hotel we're staying in Tokyo.
We don't know what it's going to be like. Or we might say something like, oh, make sure you check out other events. Like you want to make sure you enjoy the Olympics. Basketball is a big part of it. Winning a gold medal is a big part of it. But you want to maybe, check out the city, check out other events. That's not the case. So I think for all of us, this is going to be a new, unique experience. Obviously, when we get on the court, if you want to add to anything.
Yeah, I think, like anything, you have to go through it. You have to learn from watching the older players. And I think Don said it today in the huddles. We have a big chunk of this team that's new, but at the same time, we have a lot of people, with myself and Sue, Tina, Sil, the coaching staff that, they've been to numerous Olympics. So I think all that experience kind of trickles down day by day, and I think we'll go from there.
All right, next question will come from Jeff Metcalf. Jeff, if you would, please, and you're going to be followed by Barbara Barker.
So, Diana, is it possible to get you to elaborate any more about what you've been going through with this hip injury, and are you going to play in the All-Star game?
I got back from the sternal fracture, felt good, and I had a little bit of a setback in practice with it's just a hip, pretty much a hip pointer, and I probably won't play. My goal is to be ready for the Olympics, and preparation is key. So at this point, I think in my career, being ready for Tokyo is what's best for our team and me. So, I'm taking it day by day. I'm getting better, and I'll be fine once the real games start.
Jeff, thanks. Barbara Barker, you're up, and you're going to be followed by Cassandra Negley.
Hey, you guys, can you just talk about what it means to be, this is for the Olympics, to be going for 5. It's a record for both you guys, and the fact that you've always been together and what that's been like.
We talk about it all the time. We're asked this question a lot, and it's not often you get to do what you love with people you really care about and you have a great friendship with, beyond the court. And we've been able to do it together every step of the way. And there's this confidence and this trust factor that you have when you're on the court and you're going into an Olympics with one goal. And I think we share the same sentiment. We wouldn't want anyone else in these chairs but us. So there's a great feeling behind it, and we're lucky.
All right, thank you, Barbara. Cassandra, you're up, and you're going to be followed by Akiko Yamawaki. It's Cassandra.
Ron, you put me a little bit on the spot here. I was kind of just listening in. You guys have been around for a while. This is the first time we're going to see this for All-Star break playing the WNBA All-Stars. What does this mean for, it's really an obnoxious question, but what does this mean for the game to be able to see this in a year where we're seeing basketball grow on the women's side?
What do you mean?
This is the first time that we're seeing Team USA play the All-Stars, like the WNBA All-Star team in All-Star week.
Oh, we've done this before.
Yeah.
We've done this before. And it's every year we've done it, and I'm sure it'll be the same. It's fun. It's a great way for the USA team to get ready. It's a great way to prepare for us. It's also a great way to showcase the top talent. You know, the national team is 12 of the top players, obviously, and so is the WNBA side of it, the All-Stars. So I think it's just 24 of the top players going out there. And like I said, one side's going to be preparing for something, but all in all, we'll hopefully put on a good show.
Thank you. To be clear, like, I know this isn't the first time, but it's the first time that we're seeing it in this format.
All right, Akiko Yamawaki, you'll be followed by Chantel Jennings. Akiko.
It's incorrect, Cassandra.
Yeah, this question to Sue. How meaningful is it to both of you and Megan to going to Tokyo and represent the country?
Yeah, it is meaningful to us. I think it's special to go through an experience like heading to the Olympics, and you know, to do it alongside somebody, you know, who you're with makes it even more special. It's just the fact that we're going to have a shared experience. It's unique, and it's something that we'll remember forever. I think more than anything, you know, the special part has been in the lead up, right? In the preparation. We work out together in the off season, we help each other. So it's nice to see all of that pay off. I know we're both very happy and proud of one another.
Thank you very much.
That's amazing. No, Cassandra.
Hey, Diana, you kind of touched on this earlier in terms of like going to the Olympics. It'll be a different experience just because of COVID. Dawn said earlier that the more Olympics you go to, you kind of learn how to, quote, trim the fat. And you're like focused on the medal. There's less sort of the other experiences. But I'm curious, does the fact that there is going to sort of be less outside of the games itself do something for these younger players in terms of their longer mindset and being prepared for future Olympics and sort of that mental aspect?
I mean, we've talked about it a lot. It's just going to be a different type of setting that we're in. And I think, you know, obviously playing in the bubble in the WNBA has kind of prepared all of us to be in that, you know, mindset of it's really just your team, your delegation, and we're there to really do one thing, and that's to compete at the highest level and to win a gold medal. So I think that might be an advantage for us in some ways, where, you know, there's not going to be fans, and the setting will be a little bit the same. So if anything, that might help us a little bit.
All right, thank you. Kelly Cohen, you're up, and then Alex Azzi. Kelly.
Hi guys, Kelly Cohen with ESPN. I'm wondering what the both of you think the league's priorities should be moving forward in the next few years.
Like in what ways?
Like just kind of like where the league stands right now, just kind of, you know, growth changes. Obviously, I know travel's like a big thing. Everyone talks about taking commercial flights, but I guess just, you know, those types of priorities.
Yeah, I mean, I actually think we've done a really good job, both the players, the league itself, together in the last, really since the new CBA got signed, of resetting things and kind of establishing what are the priorities, and really starting to put those into action. You know, the thing you learn in these processes is it doesn't happen overnight. It really takes a lot of work. So the fact that we've already made the strides that we've made in the last year or two is pretty incredible. And I think we're on the right path. Would I love to see, you know, more strides made? You brought up travel. Sure, yeah. Of course. Would I love to see more corporate sponsorship? Sure, of course. But we are starting to see a lot of changes in that already. You know, we've got the game changers where we've got a lot of companies that signed on. We've got new ownership, you know, coming into the league, which is bringing, I think, like a fresh face and fresh ideas. So things are starting to trend, and I think we just need to continue on that path. And it all comes down to us being, you know, genuine to who we are as people and as players.
Okay, cool.
All right, thank you. Last one, Alex Azzi, NBC.
Hey, this is Alex Azzi with NBC Sports. Sue, I'll direct this one to you. Going down memory road a little bit when you were, I think, 16 at the time, what are your memories of the 1996 Atlanta Olympics in basketball in particular? I don't know how much of it was televised, but what are your memories of that time period?
So my memory actually comes a little bit before the actual Olympics. Of course, I watched the Olympics. I remember the U.S. winning. I remember watching the team, do their victory lap, carrying the flag. I remember all that. But for me, I actually got to go. They were on a tour the year prior, leading to that moment. So I actually got to go see them play an exhibition game. It was in Philadelphia at the Palestra, and my AAU coach took a bunch of us. Was like, the national team's playing, let's go. And that was, I kind of look back on that, and I think I was 14, 15 years old, and it really was my first see it, be it moment. I got to see Jen Azzi live, and we look alike, so it literally was a see it, be it moment, because it was like, oh, here's this player, we're kind of the same size, same build, and she's able to do it. And remember, there was no WNBA, so for us in that time frame, that generation, you were really looking to the Olympics as the ultimate goal, as the end all be all. There was no professional league, so that was it. So for me, that's what that, it ended up being the 96 Olympic team, but it really was the 95, 96 national team when they went on that year tour. That's what that kind of time frame represents to me. It was the first time it really put it on the map.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Stay with us. We have our two Washington Mystics coming up, Ariel Atkins and Tina Charles.